All right, RSL. I was gonna say,
Just leave it like this, dude. This is a great intro.
Brett is falling asleep.
I got distracted. I had it ready to go. Real Salt Lake goes up to the Emerald City and does not find the Yellow Brick Road to victory. How do you like that? What do you think?
It's so grand. So grand. So large. So worth the weight of redoing this so many times just for you to call it the Emerald City.
That's what they are. Can we do it again?
No, this is going to be a great episode, guys. You're going to really love it. We're not very positive, but hey.
We got a lot of confidence.
A lot of fans are not positive right now.
So enjoy this episode.
And hopefully we make the playoffs. Will
Yeah.
we do it?
We will.
Are they supposed to do something?
I don't know.
Smash that like button if we're going to do it.
Yeah, just remember, it's been a long season. For everyone.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started with the lineup. I'm your host, Brandt Goebel. I haven't said that for a very long time. I'm joined by
Brennan.
and
Tyler.
all right. The last home game for Seattle was the second to last away game for Real Salt Lake. Funny how that works. And starting lineup, Cabral in goal. Yedlin, Viraglad, Catranis, Gonsalves, Caliscan, Ruiz, Anelli, Ron Cruz, and Ariath Peel up top. And on the bench, Junker Russell, Agata Wolf, Quinton, Kirk Vliet, Marquez, little guy.
Omar Marquez.
Barea Olatunji on that big soccer board. They says, "No, don't tell Goob. He's 5'5".
Oh my gosh.
Yikes.
So yeah, a little guy, but he got to warm up and stuff. So that was your starting lineup. We had 4 missing starters. No Gozo.
No Luna.
No Luna.
No Ojeda.
Ojeda, and then I think there was one more.
Not starter, though, right?
I think we had 3. I think they kept saying 4.
4 players?
4 players unavailable. And Seattle had like 11.
Yeah, total we had 7, right?
So,
But whatever.
so
Because Zambrano and Gozo played in the U20 loss to Morocco.
maybe they were counting Zambrano.
Yeah.
So this was a really important game. Good stuff, right?
Yeah, refreshing.
And the funny thing about Seattle's lineup is they were missing a whole host of people, too. If it was any time to take it to Seattle, that would have been the game.
Yeah, you think they would have talked about that during practice and say, hey, you know what? We want to start quick. We want to start confident and not give up an early goal.
And it was anything but. I mean, they just started coming at us full bore. And they looked like a way better team than we did for the first 15, 20 minutes. After that, we seemed to figure out their press, and so they stopped pressing so much. But I also think they kind of got tired. I don't think they could have kept that press for, the full 90. But here they were sitting on a 1-0 lead, so they didn't have to.
Yeah, thoughts on the goal?
So many things went wrong on that play.
First off, should it have been a goal?
So first problem was Ruiz. It wasn't sharp, and he gave the ball away. Right? The ball was played to him in a position where he should have been able to handle himself, and he didn't, in my opinion. That's his fault. He mishit that ball, and it went right to them, and they just went right in and scored. So take the controversy from there, but on that play, for me, it's a giveaway. It's too bad.
Well, also there was a hint of offside. So the ball kind of played in. Catranis headed it back away from the St. Louis. That's next week. The Seattle player, and they were playing the ball to a guy that was offside. So could you've gone back and seen? I don't know if that. And then the ball went back around, and then it ended up on top. And I think it was once Diego Chara retires, I think this guy will take his place for me.
Paul Rothrock?
No, Jesus. Ferreira. Wasn't he the guy, Ferreira, that sent a ball into the middle? Oh, that was on the I'm thinking about the penalty kick a few minutes later.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, Jordan Morris to Pedro de la Vega, or other way around, to Paul Rothrock for the basically tap in, but we still got a hand to it. Cabral still
he did
almost kept it out. It's too bad he was going the wrong way, right? He was having to go back to his
Oh
goal.
wow, that is so offside.
Brennan's all about the angles and stuff, but Cabral had to dive backwards into the goal to try to block it.
one thing while you're watching that. One thing I noticed is that and this happens a lot with RSL. Maybe it's just every game and I'm just hypercritical. The turnover, Catranis gets beat, right? And because Morris gets around him. And what does Catranis do? He just stops. I mean, the midfield there is just kind of watching instead of trying to get back in. I don't know if they could have it, but it's just the thought that the play's not over. Why are you watching the play now?
I think you need to rewatch it because I don't think that saying that Catranis did nothing is a viable thing to say.
Well, he got beat, number one. Morris gets around him.
Right.
And then he's just kind of watching from there and not kind of doing something. Maybe I'm just expecting them to do something, kind of get back into the play.
Well, he's maintaining a line. He's maintaining a line with Glad right next to it. It's. You want to watch it?
No, I believe you.
Okay. Well, in his defense, yeah, he got the defender got around him. It does kind of look like it's a little too close to not have VAR do something about that because it does look like he's leaning in front of Vera's position. But yeah, he gets around him, gets a header that comes back, and then he just maintains a line. It's kind of one of those things that happens where we start to be way critical of what they've done before the goal because we see the goal and we saw that the outcome was so bad. But in reality, I think they did just fine.
Yeah, they all tried to shift across to try to block it, and it just got played across to Rothrock.
Yeah, and
it was just back post.
Seattle did a really great job of maintaining the amount of numbers forward that they did. They weren't just running with 3 or 4; they were running with 5 or 6.
And so 4 minutes in, RSL is down a goal, and that means that the game is not over, right?
Well, we haven't been great at giving up early goals and sticking around in games.
If you want to know the truth,
this year,
RSL is dead last in points from a losing position.
Dead last
in Major League Soccer. 3 points. They were down a goal to San Jose, and they came back, and they won 2-1. I think Jamie Watson mentioned that. But that's the only game. I thought, well, maybe this is going to be different. They're going to get up to 4 points. They'll get a draw, or maybe they'll come back and play well. But they continue to not play well. And then we get 10 minutes in. The penalty kick was at the 10 minutes.
That's when he got the yellow, was it?
That's when he got the yellow. That was after the VAR.
I don't like the yellow card on that. Why give him a yellow card after you already gave the penalty? It shouldn't have been a red. It wasn't flirting with red. He made a play on the ball. He just missed it. And, I mean, is it a penalty? Yeah. But, man, I hate that. As a defender myself, I hate that penalty because it's just so you try to plant your foot and have them kick you, which then it's not a penalty. But he was just that close to having that happen, right? So if Vera plants his foot instead and Jordan Morris kicks him, but his foot's on the ground, then it's not a foul. It's not a penalty. But because his leg is still up in the air and then Jordan Morris goes over him, it's a penalty.
I can see where it was, but
rough timing.
I would be fine if that wasn't called a penalty.
Yeah, I would have been fine too, which it wasn't called a penalty.
Both ways.
Right?
Both
ways. Then they sent it back to review.
Yeah, both ways. If that was one of our players that kind of had that same thing, I'd be fine not calling that a penalty kick. Only because Jordan Morris sells it. I hate it when they sell it. Because he does and he falls down. And for me, that just tips.
And then he just laid there too. The ball was still sitting there next to him. Right? Yeah. Still on his backside, and he's just laying there with his arms up, and you're like, come on, man.
How come I don't see it? So I don't see that at all. Watching it again, his right leg that is going to essentially make the next move to the ball, this Morris guy that you don't like, Vera completely blocks him from doing that. He does a step across, and it's definitely a penalty, and it's definitely a yellow card.
Yeah, but if he's just this much faster, he gets his foot planted, and then he has to run out and around him, And so if he tries to go through him, then it's not a penalty. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And I think he does kind of silly. He sticks his right foot back to try and make sure he catches Vera's foot.
Well,
I've watched it too many times. But I will agree, I can see why that gets called as a penalty 99% of the time. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I
Don't love it.
don't love it, but I get it. And then, of course, we've got the save of the game, the guy that's responsible for us even being in this position, in contention. Rafa Cabral, wow, 4 saves out of 8 penalties.
Rafa.
that's insane.
That
man.
works out to be about like 48%.
Wow.
Almost, right?
Brother.
Wow.
Brother. Okay.
Wow.
No, so, like, you sit there and you say, like, okay, how many miracles can Cabral give us? And this guy is doing more than Jesus ever did, it feels like. Just way too many miracles. And you feel like, as a fan, you watch this ball go right, and he puts his big paw up, he blocks it, and you feel yourself with this hope in your chest. You're just like, oh, man, this is going to inspire the counterattack that we were wanting, right? But where did it go? Where did that momentum that we were able to grasp on out of nothing, where did that momentum go?
It was tough in the first half.
And it was
Yeah.
a strange lineup. Like, why did we play Piol instead of Olatunji? And
I know.
Well, he was injured. So he was only cleared for a certain amount. But you bring it up, Arieth and Agata are probably the bottom picks that I would have chosen to start the game. I would have put Berea as a starter, knowing how he possesses the ball and what he does. He really knows how to move the ball, and he also is pretty intelligent off the ball.
he kind of plays more like a midfielder than a
Kind
forward.
of, yeah. He's like that connecting piece from midfield to striker.
Yeah.
I would rather see that, because you see Arieth, he's just kind of one dimension. He's just kind of run to the ball. He doesn't really possess the ball. He doesn't really have that touch yet. And if he's in the box, he's a threat. But he's not one of those threats that has the confidence where he can create something out of nothing.
And that's what I think is lacking in him right now is confidence. And we don't have a striker with confidence unless you count Olatunji. He might have some.
Olatunji, and then you see Cruz. Cruz is wanting somebody else to do something with him.
Oh, dude, just cruise. I'm like, bro, you have so many chances, so many opportunities to do something great. And it's just like the early days of RSL when we would just get killed. But then, like, all of a sudden we'd get in the box and we'd be like, Chris Brown is on the ball. I love Chris Brown. He's so dangerous. And then we never scored. And I was just like, damn it. Come on. And
Sorry, kids.
and so it's just that same feeling with Cruz. It's like, why is this guy not finding success here? He's got all of the intangibles. He's fast. He's strong. He works hard. He does all these things that should equate to some success, and he's not having a bit of it. And so I don't know what to do with that as a fan. Like, I want to be like totally all in on that guy, but he's gotten almost nothing. He's got like what, 1 assist in 6 games, 7 games.
Well, you gotta admit, there's like no direction with our attack. There's no.
We only
instinct,
attack
there's no
when they
idea.
have 7 guys in the box, though.
Oh, we have to wait.
We gotta wait. And
I
let 'em all
love the
get back.
commentary by Jamie Watson and the lady. I forgot her name. She's really good. I enjoy listening to her when she does the games. But they were Jamie Watson's like, go forward. Why is RSL always going back? He was harping on it, and he used to play for RSL, so he's got a little bit of love there, maybe unconscious bias. But you watch the game. It's the second or third time watching the game, and the commentators are like, what are they doing? Mm-hmm. Why don't they go forward? You missed your opportunity to fill that space after the turnover because you allow the defense to get back. So I interrupted. What were you going to say?
Well, no, I was just saying that the striking is our issue, and you don't really see any sort of, like, it feels like his whole focus, or the games, our whole focus is get Cabral or Glad the ball so we can look at things, and then we're going to kind of move up the side and then see if we can kind of piece something together. And it's back to where we were like 3 years ago without Krylock, but we were still playing as though we had Krylock, where we have this tactic of run up the sides, send it in across, and then hopefully we get a goal. And it's getting really frustrating because you see Cruz. Cruz, it seems like after watching him in these few games he's been playing with us, he kind of came out a little hot. That was not very good. And then he transitioned to be more about everybody else. It's more about his being open, finding new ways to pass. And you see this kind of development. And then when we get against these higher quality teams, you start to see the flaws in our, what's the word?
Strategy?
System or our lack of strategy. And it's coming to the point now where it's like, okay, now we're in the crunch time. We're in this playoff theater, and we have to have an identity. We have to have something that is setting us up or setting us apart compared to everyone else. And Cruz is not going to thrive in that type of system where once the ball is far enough forward or a striker has it, it's nobody knows what is possible because everybody is like, well, you're the striker. You're supposed to put it away. Like, no. That's why we have the beginning of the year, we had such limited position on top of the box or moving centrally is because we don't really have any sort of identity with that striking side. It feels like. I don't know if they actually do and they're not listening or if what they are saying is great is just not working. But you'd think after having all these quality players that there would be something naturally happening in practice where they're like, okay, this is how we are going to move the ball in the upper third. This is how we're going to strike. This is how we're going to score goals. But it's still kind of lost in translation.
Yeah, like, where's your strength? Like, go to your strength.
Yeah.
Like, let's get your strength. Let's figure out ways to get you into your strong positions. And when I was looking at this lineup, I was like, we don't have a freaking winger on the field. And Nelly's playing left wing. Gonzalez is playing the other wing. Neither one of them are wingers.
And
they're like tucked in or midfielders.
Well, yeah, and I think what he was trying to do is he was trying to move the pivots so that way somebody can be more aggressive since Ruiz was there. Ruiz is somebody that they want to be more moving forward and moving aggressive. So that way Nelly can kind of fill his role while he's being attacking. But it's
didn't work.
Diogo again is causing a lot of hiccups off the ball. He's causing a lot of issues, man. Like, it's getting so frustrating to try to back this guy when you see him not pick up markers. He's not being defensive minded, and when he's on the ball, he's got like feather feet. The moment somebody touches him, he's flailing, doesn't know what he's doing.
He gets pushed off the ball real easy.
It's interesting to compare those two. You've got Cruz, who's been 8-10 games, right? Mm-hmm. But he has a ton of effort,
and I'll take that in spades.
And then you've got Diogo, who's been here a year and a half. And
yet he still had the best chance of the game. Wide open shot in the box.
Yeah, that's what's so frustrating with Diogo. It's all right there. There was a segment, there was a sequence, it was right after the penalty kick before the VAR, where RSL had the box down. It's right at the 10-minute mark where Diogo does his little dance around, almost goes to defend somebody in the box, then follows him out, almost defends him there, then almost defends him there, and then Yedlin fouls. He's just in the right. He gets to the right spot and then doesn't do anything. Yeah. But I can see he's got talent. That's the most frustrating. So how do you get them over the hump to play better and commit? I just don't.
Well,
want to see that guy here next year.
Well, I don't think there's any coaching as far as like what the players are supposed to do when they're in front of the ball, with the exclusion of the pivots. Like, you see it, like they don't know where to make their run, and it's like this lost art. Like, it's the Egyptians. We don't know how they really built the pyramids. You know?
Yeah.
It's like
we know they're there, but like
it's like, how do I connect these pieces? And it's so frustrating,
and we're 33 games into the season, and then you've got people that spend a lot of time next to each other. Right? They go in on offense, and you've got two guys right in the box, right next to each other. Nobody knows where to be, and they fill the same space all the time. Going back to Peel starting, I thought that was the worst choice. I would have taken Agata over him. Even though that's a coin flip, I would have taken Barea over him starting there. I might even have taken Wolf, even though Wolf has gone from, he's He's no Owen.
No,
He's no
you can't
Owen.
see that. That's
He's
don't
no
don't
Owen.
Dude,
fall
he
into
looks
that.
so good in practice. Come on, man.
Fans, don't fall into this pessimism. Okay, everyone
Team
struggles.
Wolf, bro.
Hey, kids.
Yeah.
Kids. When
Kids.
you
Kids.
are coming off the bench, kids. And you are nervous because you haven't gotten a feel for the game. You haven't seen how everybody's moving, how they're creating stuff. You haven't seen any of that. So you're this brand new baby. You have to come on here and in 1 minute somehow manage to match tempo, cadence, all this stuff. And then you only get a few chances. It's going to be a lot of pressure, kids. It's going to be almost too much pressure. And it still happens at the pro level.
Yeah.
So Tyler Wolff is a fantastic player. I personally would have rather seen him over a Nelly because I know
he plays wing.
He plays wing. Not only that, but he is far more effective once he has his feet underneath him. He can distribute the ball. He can be aggressive, and
he can score.
And also, Ruiz isn't going to play the full game. Ruiz should not play the full game.
I didn't think Ruiz should have played the game.
Right. And Nelly, who is talking to Pablo while they're golfing or whatever they're doing that is like,
Going to movies.
Nelly, you remember how you used to like that guy? Well, he's not that great anymore. And Pablo's like, you know what? You're so right.
Did you hear what Nelly said about you?
Yeah, exactly.
He was talking about you after practice.
It's like, dude,
He
come
said
on,
your
man.
mom's ugly.
He got hurt.
Like what?
It's like he
Why
got
is
hurt.
this guy not starting in the center of the field?
Well, I don't feel like the standards are being set on every player the same. I feel like there's different standards. And Nelly got held to a much higher standard after he got hurt. And so now he's not filling that standard.
Yeah, it's
And
weird.
it's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it needs to be a flat line all the way across. And I'm being so negative right now. I do not like this.
happened?
With
What
a
happened?
few little changes, it's right back to what we want. But
Yeah.
still, the problem is we're at, for the year, 36 goals scored. There's only two clubs that are even close to us. One is Austin, who beat LAFC over the weekend 1-0 and clinched nothing lower than, the 6th seed or something like that. So
Yeah.
they're pretty set. Portland's set at 44 points, so we can't catch them. So we're either 8 or 9 now. Now, if we would have won, we would have been on 43 points, still had the opportunity to get to that 6 or 7 seed. But
If we had won 43, we would have clinched a playoff spot because
yeah, we would have been in.
Colorado we would have eliminated Colorado and San Jose.
Yep.
Because Colorado can get 43 points, but they can't catch up to wins. And I wanted to go back to your point, too. That's why I brought up the thing here is about playing a system. Austin, if you look at it, 36 goals, RSL, 36 goals.
But
Given up 43, we've given up 47. Those last two, just throughout those last two LAFC games. And then our goal differentials are about the same. But the point is, I think
they
Austin,
beat LAFC twice.
I think the point is that Austin plays a system. It's boring to watch.
Sure.
But they play their system. They haven't had that much better a season than RSL. They've got 13 wins. We have 12. They do have 12 losses. We have 17. And then they have 8 draws and we have 4. So that's kind of the difference there where I think they're playing their system in RSL.
So if we take all those red cards, crap penalties, poor refereeing decisions for the year, would be right up where Austin is.
You have to kind of have to be a little cynical when it comes to that because I'm usually a ref. I'm non-biased for the ref.
Support the ref most
I'm
of the
usually
time,
incredibly neutral, and I'm looking at it without emotion. But I do feel that this year, Salt Lake has had some really, really bad calls go against us. And the one that really bugs me, the one that bugged me the most was that Luna one, where he's getting pulled down and then Luna gets the red.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of lost my neutrality to them. And
then the VAR didn't fix it.
And you just lose.
Because it was a yellow. It was the second yellow, that's why I remember.
Yeah,
But
they wanted
He
it.
shouldn't have got a yellow.
Yeah, man, I'm not.
But
It's so
Frustrating.
stupid.
But the main thing is like you think about Austin, like you're bringing it up. The system is meant for the big picture. Things happen over a long span, and if you have consistency in something, you'll start seeing the positive in it. Because Austin didn't start out great, but they hunkered down and they kept in their system, and now they're in 6th place. You feel that Salt Lake is kind of a game by game type of team at the moment. or this season. It's been all about next game. Kind of not really that, okay, this is our 11. Let's go play. Let's make some tiny adjustments based on who's available, who's not. It's like we're in the lab every single game, just like
we still don't know how to figure it out, and everybody knows. Just drop into a low block and counter against us. Like, dude, that's all you have to do.
Ever since Minnesota took us out with that 5-man back line.
Yep.
Like
last year in the playoffs.
That's the biggest pet peeve. It's like, dude.
Now everybody does it.
You gotta take some risk in order to get a reward, and we never want to send guys up. Well, we didn't. It's terrible. I mean, never. But we are so reluctant to maintain high level. But we don't want to stay high.
We don't want to go when we're not sure what's back there. But we want to wait till they all get back before we go.
You know, that's so crazy because you watch like LAFC. Who did they just play? They just played somebody.
Austin.
Was it Austin?
Yeah.
They lost to Austin, but the game before, I think it was
Toronto?
Yeah.
I think it was Toronto. You saw them. They don't even have Bouanga and Son in. They have Aubameyang or whatever his name.
Abobasi.
Jeremy.
One of my favorite games ever when David James called him like Ebo Bise. He had like 4 different. He could not get Abobasi out. It was hilarious.
Well, they're not even using their high like the most paid players. And they were still tearing up Toronto because of how high they maintained. Like their pivots were on the midfield, if not farther up, every single time. And you wonder, like, okay, if the team that's like supposedly has a chance of being the number 1 team in the West, if the team is doing that on a regular basis with a system that doesn't make sense, because they're running the 3-5-2. They're literally running a 3-5-2 against Toronto. They ran it against Austin. And it's like, dude, we should be far more comfortable moving the ball because every single time we have the ball, and I don't mean we're like defensively we have the ball, but I mean like offensively and we're looking to move forward, we eat up so much time and we create a lot of opportunities. Why are we doing this defensive mindset all of a sudden? Why are we so set on bring the ball back to the center?
Yeah, I think it's got to be coaching. It's got to be, right?
I think it's tactics that are not good.
Coach shirt today is to represent that side. You know, kind of looks like a coach shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that's coached India. Because otherwise you get guys like Anderson Julio, who we got rid of last year, but he was that, like, just kick it and let me run at it, you know, kind of guy. And he'd get it and he'd just cut at a weird angle, and he scored for Dallas. That's why Dallas is where they are right now. He scored for them. They lost to LAFC, though. They got red carded early on, and they ended up losing, so they're right there for us to take out. So we could still get a home game as long as they don't win and we win.
Are we doing halftime or not really?
We'll get there. But I think it's coaching, because in the post game, Pablo is always talking about he doesn't want to get his team too forward because he's always worried about the counter. Mm-hmm. They're so worried about the counter that I think that's kind of translated.
They don't ever counter.
That's translated to the teams like, oh, hey, we don't want to go, we got to be careful. We don't want to get too far up because it's probably pounding in their heads. We move together as a group. We want to go forward together instead of getting a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2 or something. So they're probably hyper-focused on not getting beat on the counter, and that's inhibiting them going forward. Yeah,
did you see what happened with LAFC when, what was his name? That's not Tabari. What's that guy's name that plays center back, the tall, skinny guy? He came from Dallas. It's not Tafari. Is it Tafari? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, that guy. He made a run, and they didn't close him down, and he just kept going all the way into the box, and then he ripped a shot, and it's like, good for you, bro.
Yeah, he had like beads in his hair, or something like that. Yeah,
like, go for it, man. Have at it, son. But like, we do have a guy that will do that, but I think he's kind of coached to not.
Yeah.
So it is frustrating. It's frustrating that, you know, we're seeing potential. We're seeing the ball like just 2 or 3 inches off everywhere, and it just makes it just so close.
Do you know what it is?
But frustrating.
I know why he does it.
Why?
Why Pablo coaches this way.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
So, if you've ever watched a movie
Which
It's a
movie?
Disney movie, I think.
Oh,
Pocahontas?
You got to go way back though. It's a sport movie. There's
Trying
a
to
scene.
guess.
There's a scene in it where
Sport movie?
he gets the puck
Free Willy?
and he goes behind the goal
Oh boy.
and he goes flying V, and then all of them go behind the goal,
Oh,
and then
boy.
all five,
All the mighty
start
Ducks.
going in a V towards the opposite goal. And what's really clever is they take that puck that's in the front and he passes it back to one person and then he passes it to the other person, and so they don't know what's going to happen. And so they're always possessing and starting from the back, and then they're just wedging their way forward, and then they beat the bullies.
Let's do it. The flying V. huh?
Yeah, flying V. And
All
I
right,
think
we
that's
got
where
the strategy that
Pablo
will
is
win on
coming
the
from,
weekend.
man. He's saying, I want to possess the ball in the back and then move forward. He's been watching a lot of hero movies.
Well, we play St. Louis in the final game of the season, and they are one of the few teams in the league with a lower goal differential than we have.
And going back to that, you ever seen like when you're flying, see birds flying and talking about the flying
goose,
V?
yeah.
And they got one side has more geese than the other side. You know why that is?
Yeah, so it can take a break.
No, because the other one has more. Because they have more on that side.
Oh, got it.
Well, they do. They do take breaks. One of my favorite jokes. I totally butchered.
I missed the joke. What was the joke?
Well, when they're flying in the V, and why did this one side have more ducks than the other?
Yeah.
Because there's more ducks on that side. How's that go? I totally ruined it. It's funny. It's hilarious.
And you're digging your
Sorry,
own
kids. Go look
comedy
that up,
hole
kids.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I missed the joke at
It's
that.
more
I'm
about
sorry.
delivery, the timing.
The delivery
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm embarrassed.
We
Kids,
can edit
don't
this
do
in
that.
post.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Maybe
Or,
I will.
Brandt. Edit it in post.
Maybe I will.
Oh, yeah.
You insert the real joke.
I'll work
Even
on the
better.
real joke and
Even
insert it in.
better, yeah. Put that
Just
in.
somebody else's voice.
And now.
Here was the joke. All right, here we go with the joke. You know when you see birds flying and they're flying in a V and one side is longer than the other? Why is that? Because one side has more birds. So let's get to halftime. We're RSL went into halftime, 1-0, and we're at halftime. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
You're talking about what would you give up? You're talking about the bounces that didn't go our way, or you just can't say, "Hey, if all the bounces went our way." Then does that mean that we don't get Cabral saves? So, do they counter it? Do they counter each other? Because I think.
What do you mean bounces? You mean like balls in front of the goal that didn't go our way?
You mean like the refereeing decisions that all went against
So
us?
if we've got the refereeing decisions and then kind of the missed shots, is that counterbalance what Cabral has been doing? Because I think that's more important. I think even if you had those, if you got the bounces and you had the goals, and you didn't get a couple of red cards, but you didn't have Cabral playing out of his head.
Well, I think a better way to say this is like, okay, all the bad things and the normal things that have happened where he's gotten scored on or he's blocked. Would you have rather seen Beavers try to do the same thing? Do you think Beavers could have done it? Because if you put McMath or Beavers in that scenario, those goals, those breakaways, those one-on-ones that Cabral has stopped by being big, or like those late ones, I feel like overall, I mean, Cabral in any sense of the word, we have to have him. Like you just have to have that guy. That guy, good or bad, is always on. And I bet you if we put any other goalie in and you still had all of those penalty kicks, I bet you none of them would get saved.
Yeah, I think my point is, and it's just terrible with jokes and points tonight, sorry.
Yeah.
But the point is that without Cabral, then we're not even, people are jumping off bridges. RSL is down there with Kansas City and the Galaxy because he has been the season.
Well, I'm looking at stats, and you look at the road stats. We have 3 road wins, 10 road losses. Brutal. But you look at the other teams around us; they're kind of the same, right? Even a couple teams in the playoffs. 4 wins on the road. 4 wins on the road for Seattle, Portland. Even I think San Diego only had. Well, San Diego's the best team on the road, I think. But But yeah, so Vancouver and San Diego both have a lot of road wins. But other than that, not a lot of people consistently win on the road. And so what I'm saying is the 7 losses at home. That's brutal.
7 losses at home. And then the other thing I was looking at, how many draws do we have?
4. On the whole year.
On the whole year, 4 draws. There's one team that has fewer draws than us.
Who? LA?
They have 2.
LA?
Surprisingly, Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte.
So
that's right.
Charlotte's just on the other end of the hot streak. They were pretty terrible, and they ended up winning 10 games in a row. So that's why they have 18 wins, 13 losses, 2 draws, and we are. So that's where that consistency, maybe those calls that we didn't get.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Maybe those turn in. If we have
a couple losses turn into ties.
Yeah, if we have 7 draws, that's 4 more points.
Right, and then we're safely up by Portland. And
yeah, so it is close, but I think the reason it is close is all because of Cabral.
So,
good point.
Halftime then.
Orange slices.
I was going to go to a much more philosophical question, but let's do halftime.
Okay, halftime. Orange slices for the game.
For the game,
we'll surprise people with going the whole game because I don't know if there was enough to give out in the first half.
First half was kind of rough. But it has to be Cabral because he saved the penalty. Hate to just, pile on what we were just talking about.
Way to go first, Tyler.
I know. I'm jumping in because I got nobody after that.
Let's pull up the whole lineup.
Good luck, boys.
The summary.
Good luck, boys.
I was leaning towards just to be Johnny Russell. No, just kidding. Although Johnny did come in. We'll get to that. Wow, it is tough.
That's what I'm saying. You could go with Glad, I guess.
I was thinking.
You have to give kudos to Glad in this game.
I was thinking Glad and Vera. I thought they played. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it. Caliscan.
What?
I thought Caliscan played.
He disrupted quite a bit.
I thought he hustles and
didn't give the ball away.
When you lose 1-0 on the road to a team with 11 missing players, it's tough to give out orange slices. And we could talk about the subs when we get there, but who's yours?
I guess I would say Justin. He had a lot of work in this game. He was very active. I mean, he got away with that gentleman foul that I thought was going to get a yellow, which was weird.
I was just random tackle.
Yeah, like full on pull down.
I know. I was like, and then he gets a yellow for whatever.
The barely touching behind, and he flops. And I'm like, dude.
Well, anytime you touch somebody's behind.
Hey, that's his no square.
Oh, that's so bad.
But yeah, I think Justin really. I mean, if I had to give it to somebody, I would give it to Justin.
Yeah, I didn't really love the ref in this game. He called it way too tight for me. Every time any 2 people even got close to each other, he was just like, yeah, foul. Yeah, foul.
And that's when you just get people just like being light as a feather, just like, oh, challenge,
then
I'm down.
Everybody starts going over. Yeah, I don't like the way that game was refereed.
Yeah, I thought Justin had a good game. He had a challenge. Jordan Morris is still a good player. De La Vega is a good player. Mm-hmm. That's coming around. He got a big injury last year. So I think those are good. I do love the hustle of Cruz. And so, yeah.
Yeah, only 32 fouls called in the game, and only 20 of them were on RSL.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Just 20.
Just 20.
Just 20. Seattle only had 12. They're better at falling over real quick when somebody comes around.
So anything else for halftime? We want to jump into that second half? That's where all the action was.
Yeah, buddy. So much action.
All right, second half.
Sub. Called for a sub right at half.
Oh, yeah, subs.
I didn't think Ari was the worst player on the field, but he's the one that got subbed.
Yeah, there was a sub at halftime. That's when Agata came in. And, I joke around and say, when they're in, it's like being down a man. But I think Agata played well in the second half.
He had one header that was super close. He had a header that was in. And, yeah, he was good when we were a threat. when we weren't a threat, he's still kind of lacking the press and just being that, high-level striker that we want.
Well, it goes back. I think that a lot of times I remember one time where he goes to press and he turns around and he's like trying to get people to go with him.
Yeah.
So that goes back
Nobody was there.
That goes back to the tactics. So what are the tactics? It should just be ingrained. It's like you see him go, we go together and put the press on. And I thought, Seattle, the MO with RSL is they aren't going to score. You don't have to worry about them too much. So I think once they got the goal, I think they just want to sit back because it really, now not the game's over, obviously, but, they can't go up or down anymore. So they're probably glad they got the 3 points. But I thought they were just kind of like, yeah, we're not really too worried about RSL. I mean, they did sub Hawkins in for Joao Paulo in the 60th. And then I thought the game, bless you.
Sorry.
The game kind of turned with the subs, with RSL and the subs. 64th minute, Olatunji came in for Cruz. And in the post game, Pablo was talking about Olatunji wasn't supposed to be available. Mm-hmm. And they had to do some work with the medical staff, which kind of thought was interesting that he would say that. That, he wanted to get at least 20 minutes for him, get him ready to have 20 minutes, which
weird.
Which I thought was like, why are you putting? If he's not ready to go, don't put him in. Right. But I think there's a lot of weight on the coaching staff's shoulders here, trying to make the playoffs.
It's almost like they feel like if they don't make it, they're going to get fired.
That does kind of. I've never heard that. Honestly, I haven't heard that, but.
I haven't either, but
it kind of feels that way.
Right.
The reaction.
Well, as a coach, what do you want? Like, you're just gonna sit there and just be like, "Oh, we didn't make it to the playoffs." You know what I mean? Like, everyone, no matter what your situation is, you're gonna fight for the playoffs.
No, I just think that there's it just feels like there's a little bit of added pressure.
Oh, I don't see that at all, man. I mean, if we're really stressed about it, we would look stressed 3-4 games ago, 10 games ago. If we're really concerned with the playoffs, because that was a run, like what, 2?
We have 3 wins in the last 9 games.
Yeah, there's literally like a run where it was like, these guys are set. Like, they got their job next year. You know what I mean? They're going to make some minor changes, minor tweaks. You don't see this radical all or nothing, it's got to happen now kind of mentality. None of them are acting like, this is our playoffs, this is it. I think the only one that's...
Johnny Russell would have got more playing time?
No. And honestly, Johnny Russell is good, but he's not fit enough. I don't care who you say. That guy cannot run enough. But now I lost my point. Damn it.
Oh, sorry.
So,
I can't remember what it was.
Olatunji came in for Cruz, 64th minute. In the 70th minute, Barea came in for Ruiz. And Barea was dangerous. And in the 70...
But he wasn't playing Ruiz's spot. This is where Pablo started
going
kind of moving
4-2-3-1
people around.
Kind of stuff,
And then De La Vega went out in the 80th, and then Russell came in in the 80th minute. And there were some good opportunities. Like you said, the header from Agata. That was probably the best shot they had all game.
The one he scored?
No.
The one that was only like 3 feet
wide?
That
was the best one. The best one was the one we scored.
Yeah, that was good. We can talk about that. But I thought that was a great... If he gets that inside post, he's beaten. He had the keeper beat. He had him...
Again, that's the story of our RSL career right here this year. Like, Barea, like, missing the post. I mean, like... Cruz so close, and it's just like I think everybody's kind of sick of so close.
Oh,
right,
so sick of it. Sick of so close. So then we get to the goal. It was and talk about Johnny Russell. He came in,
totally flipped the script. Everybody was just ready to go because Johnny Russell's amazing.
No, not saying that at all. I just think Johnny Russell, you could give him 10 minutes, and when he comes in. I think he picked up 2 fouls and got us 2 free kicks.
Yeah, the free kicks were pretty clutch.
And so nobody else is doing that.
Right. Nobody else is doing
that.
Yeah, but it's like...
And I'm not saying that he should start. I'm not saying he should have starter minutes. I just think there were opportunities for 10 minutes to where get a guy. All I've seen him do come in is create and get us opportunities.
Right. Okay.
When nobody else is doing the same.
Right. So I'm fully on board with you.
Okay.
But when it comes to Russell on this team, it's like getting somebody who drives a car and has never driven stick shift, and you'd say, hey, go in there and drive it. You have no idea how to drive a stick shift. No one knows how to help Russell. No one, like Russell is on a whole different wavelength, different way of playing. We don't have any pieces around him to make him viable.
Well,
that's why I don't like seeing him in this game.
That's a good point, but that goes back to we don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. So like,
what's our system?
Well,
Yeah, so
what are
like
we doing?
Russell by himself, yeah, he's fantastic. But how is he going to be influential when he can't piece it together with Berea? He can't find Olatunji. He can't help out the pivots the way the pivots want to help. Like,
Well,
Russell
he
Russell
found a
is
way by earning fouls, right? He's
right,
just
but
kind of
it's
doing
still,
his own thing.
You know, sometimes you can find first by just letting off just enough. You know what I mean? But it's like he's a piece that can be so good, but there's no one complimenting him.
Yeah.
And it's a frustrating thing. Like you see not JJ Wolf, sorry.
Tyler.
You see Tyler Wolf. Tyler Wolf kind of is a little bit better because it's less about his skill. It's more about his work rate. And our wingers
And connection.
is all about the work rate. It's not about how good they are. Russell can be such a great soccer player, but he's not willing to run back and forth for 20 minutes straight.
And he's a defensive liability.
Yeah.
who
Even
is?
So
more
it's the
so
same with
than
Diogo. Yeah.
Diogo's a defensive liability, and he plays the whole
And we
game.
had both of them in. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like I really hate the coaching is not really coaching for potential. It's coaching for what's working, and for what's working with them is just this whole offense, defense. It's like, dude.
But like nothing worked offensively. I mean, obviously we did get the goal, but Olatunji started half a step too early.
But who got the free kick? Johnny Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he helped create two of the chances.
Moose came in and stomped him. Should have got a red card.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, he folded his ankle over. So
But not even a call, right?
He
Or
got
did
the
he get
yellow.
a
He
yellow?
got the yellow.
Oh,
Yeah, he got a yellow.
So the play, that's what I was talking about, the play. I thought it was really, really beautiful, and I think it gives us hope that maybe there is some talent there. Olatunji, kind of like the Russell, he's just out there. He kind of gets in there. The cross comes in, the free kick, right? Olatunji takes off just a little bit too quick. Heads it back to Agata, right? And that's where Agata would be successful. Mm-hmm. Is right there in the middle of the box.
Following up in the box.
Falling up.
One touch in.
And header in, and boom, we think we've got that fourth come-from-behind point of the season. And no, VAR. Remy Touchon.
Oh, it was Remy?
Yeah, yep.
Remy.
So on the first one, there's a hint of offside. No problem.
Yeah, they don't pull out their protractor or nothing.
No. I think they would have had like a Sharpie on the screen.
You know, I feel like once you start to know the names of the referees, you kind of lost the love for soccer.
Oh,
Do you know what
I'm
I mean?
all about
Like,
the refs.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
all about the refs.
I'm starting to
about
feel
the
it. I'm
refs,
like,
about the
okay,
refs.
I'm like starting to know who the ref is, and like
It takes it
now
down a notch.
when I
You're
see
like,
any
this
Penso,
sucks.
I'm like, I know this game is gonna suck if I see a Penso. And it's like, dude, do I even love this game anymore, man?
Yeah, you do. You do. It's just been rough. It's been a rough season. Everybody hang in there.
Well,
Oh,
Ricardo Montero was the guy on the field, and I really don't think that Real, if you watch the game, I don't think Real fouled basically double Seattle. You know what I mean? I don't think
know.
that's this game. But
So-
there it was, you know.
RSL ends up losing. Spoiler alert. Maybe everybody knows now. 1-0. 1-0. But one of the things looking at the stats, 14 shots for RSL, 15 for them, 5 shots on target, but
0.8 XG.
yeah, which just can't, and 2.7 for them.
We
does
just
it go
didn't
off of
have
location?
great chances.
Does it go off of a location of possession?
Location and like how open you were in that position.
It's pretty
The XG.
subjective.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, we did have possession, but we had opportunities, but we didn't really have possession in the upper third for any momentum of time, really. It's like up there, we missed, come back.
And so the 0.08, and
And Seattle got the penalty and it got stopped. So they were at least at 2.
But one of the telling stats we always talk about, or I harp on, crosses, RSL 16. When RSL gets up into that number 12
crosses,
then you know that we are struggling.
it's just a hopeful ball into the box.
When they are successful, when you go back, I'm not against sending in crosses.
No, Katranis was sending in some good shots.
But when that's all you're doing, essentially.
But it was not a full commitment. You know what I mean? He's putting 2 players against 5 or 6 at times. You can't send it in that way. That's why
you got to get to the end line and send it back.
And that's where you get a better angle. And also some of the crosses on the ground are always successful that way. But it needs to be more in the transition, less about when letting them to set up. And RSL has been really terrible at that this season, of just allowing the opponent to set up.
Yep.
After Demir, because Demir, you wanted more crosses when Demir was here. Him and Aaron Herrera was just dropping goals on his head. After that, with the technical genius, we started to notice when they 16, 18 crosses every game and just going nowhere. But then we got Diego Luna, and when, like last season, through the first half of last season, they weren't dropping in a ton of crosses.
No. That attack the middle, that attack the channel, that attack the center backs, and sometimes even try to split them. And
you had Chicho, and you had a whole bunch of scorers.
Yeah.
But regardless, when this team gets about 16, that many headers, you know that the game probably went just like this.
Yeah, there's a big chunk at the end of the game, like 5-6 crosses there.
Yeah, there's some desperation in there.
And expected goals. Really, we didn't play well enough to win this game. That's kind of what it tells us in that story there.
But we could have, and
we could have pulled it off.
We could have got the draw, which would have been fantastic. But we didn't. That's been the story of the season.
But we didn't.
We lose
wah, wah.
1-0. Wah, wah, wah. And if we want to look at it, all of the positions in the East in the playoffs, if we're going,
they've been taken. Thank you very much.
They are taken, except for the top one. All the positions. Philadelphia is has clinched first place and the supporter shield, but every other position in the East is up for grabs.
Yeah, because 2 and 3 are right there. It seems.
So there's going to be on decision day.
5,
the same teams will be in the playoffs, but it could move around. Columbus could go from 9 to
6.
9 to 6, yeah, or 7. And in the West, similar with LAFC's loss, they aren't going to get first. Vancouver and San Diego are the 2 that are vying for first place. LAFC could fall to 4th, so Minnesota has 63, 60, 59 for LAFC, Minnesota 58. Seattle's right there in the middle at 5, 52 points. They can't go up, they can't go down. Austin and Portland could Austin can't go down because Portland has 11 wins, they have 13.
Yeah, the first tiebreaker is wins.
But if they lose and Dallas wins, they could fall down. Could be, depending on the goal differential. But RSL, I was looking at this. Go ahead.
Highest we can get is 8th?
Yeah. Which is the play-in game home.
Yeah. So we will.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to get into the playoffs, into the play-in game, you might as well get the home game. That will happen if Dallas draws or loses and we win. If Dallas loses and we get a draw and end up on 41 points and Colorado loses, we would jump up to 8 because Dallas only has 10 wins.
Oh, wow.
They got 12 losses, but they have 11 draws.
Yeah.
So they were a little bit more consistent than RSL was this year. And I thought it would be hilarious if they all lost.
Well, San Jose could still make it, right? They're on 38 points, so if they got to win, they could go to 41 and jump into the playoffs.
So we have to win this next game no matter what, pretty much.
If we want to play in the playoffs.
Unless the stars align.
Well, Dallas has, I think, Vancouver. We have
St. Louis.
Colorado has LAFC. And
Portland has San Diego.
And San Jose has...
I'm going to go to that game. Did I already tell you that?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it.
I'm going to go to that game.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Driving out.
Is it a brother thing?
No.
You and your brothers?
No, I got an inside contact.
Oh,
playing
nice.
Austin.
Top secret. So San Jose has Austin. And Dallas,
Diego,
I think Dallas has Vancouver.
And we'll get all our boys back because the U.S. men's national team lost, which we mentioned earlier. Luna will be back. So we'll get Luna and Gozo back.
Yeah, the U20 lost to Morocco. They went up 1-0
And then gave up 3 goals.
Yeah, Dallas.
They were all so stupid, though. The one was kind of cool. The Morocco guy, like, donkey back heel kicked it, and then the guy finished it. Nobody expected that. The second one just deflected off 3 different U.S. players and went in, goaled it, and it was ugly. But then their third goal was kind of cool for Morocco, but put the game away.
So Gozo will be back. We will be out without Catranis. He picked up a yellow, and he's out for a
accumulation.
Yellow card accumulation. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. It will be a lot of fun on that decision day because it is all there to play for.
Doesn't have anything to play for, but they still might play their, the Galaxy took it to Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Even though they were playing their scrubs, they played their scrubs, but then Dallas went down a man because that guy lost his head and tried to kick the other guy right between the legs.
Ooh.
So it will be, like I was saying, it'd be hilarious if they lost and 40 points get you into the playoffs in the West.
That would be sad if everyone lost and we counted on 40.
Kind of the way the season's gone, that's kind of like that would
winning on a technicality.
So
brutal.
We'll see how it all goes. It should be exciting. Should be a lot of fun.
Or if we get a tie and Dallas, Colorado, and San Jose all lose.
Yeah.
Then we could even get a home game with a tie.
With 41 points.
With 41 points. Get a home game.
And if they all win, it'll just stay where it's at.
Yeah, it's usually that week of Halloween is when they have the play-in game. It's like a midweek game, so be prepared for that. All you kids out there.
All you kids, come and trick-or-treat at the stadium.
Oh, fun fact.
What Brennan will be doing.
Win probability is 35% for Real Salt Lake and 41% for St. Louis with a 24% chance of a draw.
Wow.
Well,
St. Louis does have 4 wins at home on the season and 4 wins on the road.
So bad. even the internet doesn't think we can do it.
A lot of that's probably Vegas too.
Rough city. Mm-hmm. Rough go in the city.
So, yeah, that was frustrating all around, even in the post game. I thought Pablo was pretty honest talking about the subs at halftime. He almost went
3 subs.
Well, he almost went off on why they had to sub, but he did say he probably should have. Didn't he say he probably should sub more, a couple more? Or
something.
It just happened to be that they paid Diogo a ton of money, so they can't sub him. I don't know, but they probably
something in his contract that says if you sub me at halftime, you got to pay me more. Or
yeah, I got to get you home for the weekend to Portugal or wherever. But I thought it was interesting. Hindsight's 20/20. Ask him. I think if he could, he would go back and maybe change up the starting lineup. But you can't do that.
You can't? You can't go back in time anymore? When did that stop?
No.
Brennan did it last week. All right. Come on, Crawley update.
Come on, Crawley update. Good times are coming back. Played the at home against the top team in the league. Oh,
who is the top team in the league?
Walsall.
Walsall? Is that like that drink that you have with the
Wassail? No, Wassail should be illegal.
Isn't it just apples and cinnamon?
Yeah,
drink?
Apples should be illegal.
Why?
Baked apples. All I have was Walsall.
Oh man!
So the best team in the league, they're
hot Wassail. They're all so hot up at the top.
8-2-2, and Crawley. We got the early goal. We got a goal from a nice header, and we were up 1-0, and then they just had a little defensive breakdown, top of the box in the second half. The Walsall player came from the left side of the keeper across the top of the box. 2 guys let him go. The third guy didn't step up, and he just crushed it into the corner. So it was 1-1, but it was a good point for a team that's really needs to build up their confidence. They've struggled. They've had a couple of wins, and then they
Jumped
had 3
them
losses.
all the way up to 21st place.
Yeah. Yep.
Out of the drop zone.
That's where you want to avoid. So, yeah, I think there are some promising things there. I think it's not a playoff roster by any stretch of the imagination, but they've got a fantastic coach, and if they just play the system and play well and play with confidence and start to believe that the goals are going to go in, they should have won. Really, they should have won. They just were peppering the goal, and their keeper was standing on his head, being all Cabral like. So, good things headed our way.
Nice.
And then what about your guys?
Nothing. They
that's
didn't
right.
play this week.
All right.
International break, which, a lot of countries played. USA played, and Ecuador and Luna played in that game. Didn't particularly do great, but didn't do poorly either. A lot of MLS guys kind of stepped in and did well too, though. Some real good play out of Arfston.
What about Weah?
I think Weah ends up for sure on the team. I don't think they know where to play yet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel ya.
Yeah. So.
He needs to get Weah better.
But I think once they get T. Adams in there, big Tyler Adams, he's really not that big. But he's playing on Bournemouth, and they are on fire so far to start the season. So you get Tyler in there and running the show, being the captain. Everybody falls into line. You get kind of an enforcer to be the Christian Pulisic protector.
Are we still talking about Tyler Adams or you? Which one are we talking about, big guy?
No, because I was more the enforcer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you would, how you do that. You kind of when somebody takes down your boy.
Yeah, you
that's
become
your
the
skill,
bully.
You kind of have to bully the bully. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the game inside the game inside the game.
Absolutely. It's like Inception, It's kind of like that.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was
2 or
talking
3
about the Mighty
layers
Ducks
deep.
again.
No, Flying V, baby. Yeah, we play out the back.
And then there's those brothers from the other hockey, Smash Mouth or whatever, the hockey from the 80s.
Where
they have the glasses on,
yeah,
and the tape on their glasses.
What's that called?
Yeah,
Is it Slapshot or something like
so
that?
I think this might be Slapshot. So
Yeah, I remember watching that.
So yeah, that's enough hockey talk for tonight. And as we would love to have you, thank you for listening. I'll say that way. Please follow us on all of the social media. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube so you can see what we look like at least once.
Email us.
Then go back to listening to it. If you don't like what you see,
tell us, please.
Drop us an email. Our email is
RSL Random Fan Podcast at yahoo.com. Well, I couldn't. The AOL was taken.
Taken by time.
I thought it was Gmail. Is that not that where you're on right now? Aren't you logged into that account?
No, it's Yahoo.
It's Yahoo.
Really?
We have
No wonder nobody's emailing us.
This is my Google.
No, it's not. Click that. What does it say?
We do have a Gmail.
Hi, random fan.
What?
We have a Gmail too.
RSL random fan podcast at gmail.com.
We do have we have a Yahoo too. They won't let you create an account with Young. So thanks for listening. It's been a long season. We are just
traipse into the end, baby. Just
frustrated as you are.
1 foot in front of the other. We'll get there together. Boys.
We're excited for Decision Day. It's gonna be exciting. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Toodles.